Hey everybody, welcome back.
Hi everyone.
Woo! We're going to play What Remains of Edith Finch, but first I think we have some donations.
We have a donation from $100 from Don and Connie.
Aw, thanks Mom and Dad.
Thanks Don and Connie.
Donnie and Connie. You helped save the children of Tucson.
You've helped save the Tucson and children.
Did we get any others?
Not yet.
Okay.
Sure.
Keep them coming.
More will come rolling in soon.
So yeah, this is What Remains of Edith Finch. None of us have played this, so this is going to be new to all of us. My understanding is that it's sort of like a action adventure. Well, not action, but like adventure.
Adventure
puzzle.
In this, like a
game.
Almost like Myst, right? It's first person.
It's a little misty.
Yeah, it's first person.
God, am I dating myself by referencing Myst?
A little bit, yeah.
My parents say you're welcome. Yeah, I thought we were donating to LA hospitals, but it turns out we're donating to Tucson hospitals. Which, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Tucson needs the help. I mean, everybody needs the help, but in my taxonomy of public funding, I assume Tucson is more underfunded.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
I have zero figures to back this up, so if I'm wrong, don't at me.
You want to come a little closer, Clark? You're still out of the frame.
You're so, Chelsea, you're so affectionate today.
I know. I just miss you so much.
Oh.
No. Okay, I guess we're starting. How do I move?
With your mind.
I'm sitting down, I guess. Got a backpack? I'm holding flowers.
Edith Finch.
Finch.
This is my book about Edith Finch.
Also, the sound in the background is the coffee maker. I'm making coffee.
Oh, should we turn this polar pattern back to cardioid?
Oh yeah, has it not been?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Oh, I wonder how bad the sound was on the blindfolded lens. It wasn't too. I hope it wasn't made that was unwatchable.
Hopefully not.
Alright.
Oh, there we go.
Short whip.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you.
Well, this can't be
And I'm
right.
sorry.
This isn't me
I'm
handwriting.
just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
I wonder if there's subtitles. Let's see. I don't see any. Edith, 1999. This is our family tree, looks like. It does look a little bit like the burrow.
I lived here until I was 11. But
Oh, I guess it
wasn't
just
allowed
automatically
into
has
half the rooms.
subtitles.
Oh, lived in rural England with me mum and me dad. Wait, is she British?
No, this isn't Puget Sound.
Oh. What's Puget Sound? Is that Canadian?
Almost.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
I'm not gonna read them though.
Okay.
I hadn't been back since
I
my
mean,
brother
I
was
now I don't think you know how to read, frankly.
Puget Sound is the body of water with a bunch of islands and stuff
My mother left
by
me a
Seattle.
key, but didn't tell me
The
where
bay
it
that
belonged.
Seattle is connected to.
Oh, why do they call it a
Thought the
sound?
mystery would be enough to bring me
Question.
back.
Can I go down here?
You looking for secrets already?
Secrets! You're gonna get attacked by an elk.
Oh no.
And then it's gonna fade to black. And then nothing remained of Edith Finch. The end. big cricket.
Guess I can't go that way.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Yeah, they're just bills. That's not important.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Hello. Friend? Bye, friend. These flowers are pretty.
Yeah.
So atmospheric. Oh wait.
What's
Did
the
I
matter?
turn the audio back on? For the... I think I did.
Oh no.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, I did. Because I turned the capture card audio off for StarCraft. I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget to turn it back on for this. Though probably the chat would have told us if there was no audio.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Someone made a house and then it was
the
like,
house made me uncomfortable in
how do
a
we
way I
expand this
couldn't put
house?
into
Just gonna build
words.
more house on top of it.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I heard something moving around in the garage.
Hello?
Mr. Obama?
Mr. Obama? Probably nothing.
It's probably nothing.
It's just a raccoon or something.
Damn, this house is pretty. Damn, this is a pretty game. Or maybe it's just a game set in a pretty place that I want to be.
Yeah.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Thanks. Oh.
Adios working. Okay, adios.
I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Oh my god. It's your shadow. Your true self.
You must come to terms with your shadow self, Dr. Venture.
Okay.
Go in the doggo door. Oh.
I did it.
Oh, that was
Going
the
through the doggy door
solution.
used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Pretty.
Watch out for the garage
Those tiny
goblin.
ears.
Is
I felt like
Edith
I was
Finch the
home.
same people who did Gone Home?
I don't know.
Because I'm getting big on home vibes.
But instead
What
of
is
a
Gone Home?
family, there were just
You never played Gone
memories of one.
Home?
I don't think so.
I have it.
It's, well, it's sort of like another visual novel that is expressed in this sort of first person. And I don't find this terminology derogatory personally, but some people
Like how
do.
only one restaurant
Walking
was in the
simulation?
house,
Mhm.
So we had Chinese.
And it tells a cute, lovely little story about some stuff that it warms my gay little heart.
Huh. Oh, I think I heard of. Is that the one where the main character is a lesbian?
Or how
I mean,
after
no.
Lewis started
Oh.
working at the cannery,
But
Maybe I'm
we all
thinking
got
of a
sick
different
of
one.
eating
Close.
salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
You're not far off.
Hmm.
It looks like the devs for this game have just done 2 games like this.
Nothing in the
Hmm.
house.
What Remains of
looked
Edith
abnormal.
Finch and the
There was just
unfinished
too much
Swan.
of it. Like a smile.
Oh
to me,
yeah, the unfinished one. I played a little bit of that game.
too. Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara,
Spooky.
along with the rest of the house.
Barbara Finch.
Bug.
Mom always told me to
This
stay out of the
door
basement,
needs a key.
so I wasn't too surprised
you
when the
have?
key didn't fit.
You
Where
don't.
does this
have.
ding dang key go?
Where's this god to darned key go to?
It's the key to.
Don't say it. Oh my god.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Oh, the house sank.
What is a house a boat now? Come on.
Not a very good boat, apparently.
Can't. House can't be boat. This is a boathouse. Or houseboat.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Oh, they have one of those electric
Chairs.
stair thing.
The electric chair.
Yeah.
For when,
For
A lot
grandma.
of things
for
got
when
left
grandma
behind
can't
with that last
pull her
night.
weight no more. Packing peanuts.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Brother went missing, apparently.
Milton.
Look at all these books just stacked everywhere.
Yeah,
Mom
come
doesn't
on.
Mom
Hoarders
stole all the
much.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Come back. Words.
Wards, come back.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Wait, was he in the same room as a corpse? IDGI.
Yeah, that is worded strangely.
Like, was he dead in the room, or is Grandpa still alive and his brother's dead? I don't
As a
get
kid, I
it.
just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Yeah, it's pretty normal.
Wait, are you seeing the dates on these nameplates?
Yeah, the.
They're very short.
Mm-hmm.
This one's just a year. Is that?
What is that, Whitney? Do you have a lot of books? Are you a book haver?
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
What remains of Swedish fish?
Edie lived for almost 100 years.
Wow, what a coward to not make it all the way.
Come on, Edie.
Edie, you dummy.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara was an actor.
An actor. Barbara.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin. God of death.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Barbara Wawa?
Baba Wawa.
Oh, more stairs.
Just crustle up into those stairs,
There was
boy.
more stuff over here, though.
Just crumble up into those stairs.
This is
Whoa.
a huge house.
Spooky ass blue room.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Don't let that stop you.
Yeah, live your
Kids.
dreams.
If you want to be friends with a ghost, be friends with a ghost. They can be powerful friends.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Open the lock. Oh my god!
It worked.
It's gonna be a human skull.
My mom was really
Human
good at
skull.
keeping secrets.
I knew it. Pull harder.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Spoopy. Pretty stained glass.
Yeah.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Get
I had
item.
No idea what was behind that door.
Oh no, a room.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
What is freaking clue?
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Oh, we're in Molly's room.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Did we change the thing?
Nope.
Oh, it's supposed to say StarCraft?
Yep.
Was studying a starfish. That's cool. Got some, like, scorpion bugs in here.
That's neato.
Molly Finch.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
And all I saw was
Gerbil food.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone.
No,
No!
not the Halloween candy. Eh.
There was no snacks in the toilet.
Aw, I'm so little.
I kept eating and eating.
Don't eat toothpaste.
Why? It's good. It's fucking candy. It's
Oh, that's poisonous.
I ate
No.
a lot of
Isn't
things
it?
that night.
It's good
Yeah,
for you.
it is.
F.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out
Hey,
for
friend. Oh. Bye,
her.
friend.
Suddenly,
Oh?
I was a cat.
Hell yeah.
We've all been there. There's no going back once you're a cat, Chelsea.
Look to your left. Keep looking. Look up.
Oh, there we go.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Where'd it go? Ah. Meow. Let me jump.
I jumped and I almost got her.
We have a donation from Triforce of Link, donates an
I
additional
can tell she's
$10.
getting really
I've
tired.
got to go, but have a great rest of your stream.
Thanks,
Bye,
Triforce of Link.
Triforce of Link.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Do you want me to turn the kitchen light down? Would that help? It's kind of dark on the screen.
It is kind of dark. I don't know if that would help.
Okay.
Where am I supposed to go? Oh.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Baby Yoda.
It's on your branch. Turn around.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Wee.
Wee.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed
Extremely
him up
normal
and
child.
didn't
Yeah.
chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Yeah, I'm just like, was this kid starved?
Yeah, obviously.
And
Obviously,
just like
something fucked up.
A mama
ate the
rabbit.
berries and is hallucinating?
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Well, that's not.
F?
We need to get to the water.
You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
Baby shark. Wee.
I rolled off the cliff and into the
Sploosh.
ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
That's kind of cool.
Fat juicy seals!
Where'd he go?
You went to hell.
These controls are a little,
Shark-like?
yeah.
Well, then that's a perfect game.
Is the stick up and down reversed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, shit.
Whoa!
Come here.
Jesus.
These controls, man. They're not super intuitive.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Will I have to do it again?
Gotta do it more than once. So you didn't program this entire thing for you to only bite a seal one time, Chelsea. This took months.
I grabbed on tight. But when I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
When the Fire Nation attacked. Am I cracking? Get a bunch of guy?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was was
Hey, what's up?
big, but I moved real quiet.
We're playing Carry On again.
Carry On, but an FPS.
Yeah.
Carry On is a Metroidvania, then this is Carry On Prime.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Hello. Nom nom nom. What's up?
After the last passenger, I
And that's
was
how the
sailing,
Titanic hit the iceberg.
and to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
The good smell was me the whole time.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Delicioso. And then I left this house.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Okay, can I look at this one for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got Odin, 1880, and Edie. Had 5 kids. Molly,
Oops. Just trying to zoom in.
Molly born in 1937, Barbara born in 1944, Calvin born in 1950, Sam, and Walter. And Walter's the only one that died actually middle-aged. All the other ones died quicker than that. Oh wait, yeah, it looks like Sam was 33, Calvin was 11, Barbara was 16, and Molly was 10. Jesus, what the fuck is going on with this family?
That's the game. That's the name of the game.
Rip Molly.
Kitty? I heard a kitty. Bye, kitty.
That's her. She's gone. That was the child. His
This
diary.
would be
you
obvious
read.
later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though,
I'm gonna go pour myself
when we
a cup
adopted
of
a stray
coffee.
kitten,
Okay.
she was the one who named it
Bring me
Molly.
some water.
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon,
Thanks.
she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse.
Remember these?
His wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
You get sugar too? Did you get what you need?
Yeah.
Built 1937.
Sven Finch.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
So, secret places.
Looks like a dark room.
Mm-hmm.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Space. Is this the one where they're like, he lived with his dead brother?
Yeah.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Follow your words.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Oh, hell yeah.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Swang.
My
Swangin'.
brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Just gonna go over the edge.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
I feel like you shouldn't have a
I
swing
told him
right by
going
the
around
cliff
was
here.
impossible.
It's fucking sick, dude.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Look, if your swing breaks, just catch on that branch real quick.
I'm not gonna tell you again!
I simply would have caught the branch.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd
This
still
kid
be here.
is no
But I
fear.
doubt it.
Yeah.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Like, this is giving me anxiety. Oh, does the branch break?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he's just eating himself off the cliff.
Yeah, he's not gonna do a suicide. He's gonna do an accident.
I'm starting to get dizzy.
Yeah,
Come
right?
on, do it already.
Do it!
If I'm supposed to be doing something, like, I'm swinging my legs. It's getting higher every time. Sky's
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Wee! Whoa! Flipperino! Yo! This is sick!
YOLO!
Calvin's
coolest
story felt
death of them
strangely
all.
Familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Can I see the family tree again?
There we go.
Okay, so Odin and Ingeborg had Sven and Edie. No, had Sven. And Sven and Edie had Barbara, Molly. Was Molly the Hollywood one?
Barbara was the Hollywood one.
Okay. Molly, so we don't know. Okay, yeah.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
So many cool
Whoa.
secret things.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
And that goes back to the...
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Happy birthday, Barbara. I just left this here.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Well, Edie's kind of a weirdo.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
F.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
What is this music?
It's the
Sounds
theme
like-
from John Carpenter's Halloween,
Oh.
for some reason. Which came out in the late 70s.
It sounds a little bit, it reminds me a little bit of a Linkin Park song.
What? This
The
is...
opening.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who entailed and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Is this
Barbara!
Yeah.
Walter, what's going on up there?
Wawa Wawa!
Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
I wonder how hard it was to get this John Carpenter song.
Yeah. And I still don't understand the...
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And the funniest was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Whack.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Ollie's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
Wah!
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
I'm tired of this track.
Yeah.
The hookman
Yes.
had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Bing bong.
Ding dong. Hello?
Hello?
Someone at the door was dying
Mr.
to speak
Obama?
to young Barbara.
Get it. Kill that door. Yo, what is this heart size? Is it still this
Inside the house.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her.
You almost killed someone.
It was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real
How eerie.
Nah. He made the same joke.
Thanks, Crypt Keeper.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Where is the music box?
I think it's downstairs.
Yeah, ain't it on the first floor?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Look, it's the design for the dragon slide.
Where?
On his workbench. To the left. Over by the gnomes. Under where it says Sven.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
She was hiding bodies.
Secret tunnel.
Secret
I remember
channel.
asking Mom once about where Walter had gone.
What again, Sans?
She said after Barbara died, he got as far away.
Are you interested in what remains of Edith Finch?
If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Edith Finch has so much
I think
protein!
it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
This parasite?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
November 1968.
Having a schedule, living for today.
Quarantine mode.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
January
If you wait long enough,
1976.
you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of a door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
What's he eating?
Peaches?
And then one
Canned
day,
peaches?
I think
everything
so.
just
That's what it looks like. 2005.
stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
Only took 30
I
years.
have to leave. Well, I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Immediately get hit by a train.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Well,
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
it's just a picture. Because we're underground.
Yep.
And that sucks. Being in a bunker for 30 years, and then as soon as you decide to leave, you get hit by a train.
Maybe she
Y'all,
was
you
afraid
know
I'd
what?
end up like Walter.
No, go into the thing.
Walter had a pretty good life.
So many peaches.
A lot of canned peaches.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Whoops.
Now that there's only one of
Hope
us
I don't
left,
get hit by a train.
or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Walking simulator.
This game was in one.
Yay!
This game was in that big video that YouTube, remember?
About walking simulators.
Had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
I think that's the video that spoiled a thing for me.
What about
Any
this
of
game?
it seems possible.
Get back in there. Go back to the scary house. Just use a flashlight.
Yeah. Where are you supposed to go now? Help me, magic words.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
A cool one.
A goth one.
The Addams family.
You guys are just goth as hell.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edith who designed the cemetery.
TBH, these are fucking sick gravestones.
Yeah.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking.
Are you not
through the water
entertained?
tide.
It's all about the story.
It's about narrative.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Damn. Bad take, TBH.
What? Doesn't like walking simulators?
Anime cartoons does not appreciate walking simulators.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Whoop-oh! Whoops!
Yeah, that's the thing, I got spoiled.
Oh, okay.
It's like also an explanation for why you walk so slowly. You preg.
Suddenly, your player model has a belly.
Well, no wonder they had to add onto the house if they sealed off the bedrooms of the people who passed. And they kept having kids.
Can I go up this?
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
So intense. Nah. You know what? Actually, never mind. You know what? I don't actually like Grandpa that much.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
Wait, are they shooting film or are they shooting guns?
Both?
Both?
Yeah, it's a poetic double meaning.
Whoa!
Over here, Dad.
Keep shooting that propane tank. Hank Hill would be proud.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
I love Pokemon Snap.
Are we waiting for Leland to order
Never
food?
forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Just be careful. I'm gonna die at the end of this vignette, and then you'll be really SOL.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up.
This is one's gonna be the one that's nice. This is the one that's gonna be nice this time.
Aw.
Bun, what was the other walking simulator game you played that you did not care for? I'm gonna be honest with you, the only walking simulator game I've ever played that I wasn't a fan of was that one
Hold still while I take a picture of
that
you.
took place on like an island from a long time ago.
Are you done yet?
Chris, do you remember what I'm talking about?
That's a keeper.
From a long time ago?
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. I think it came out around the
just
same
saying,
time as
I'm not always gonna be here, Don.
Are you talking about the one
You
Notch
need to
made?
remember this stuff if you want to survive.
Notch made a walking simulator?
He made a
You know who else
puzzle
thought he
game.
was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Notch?
Don, I'm being serious.
Or
I know, Dad. You're always
fucking
Doesn't being out here make you want to
the braid
To tell you
guy.
the truth, I haven't been out.
Oh,
in
it was the
20
braid guy.
Yeah, Notch is the fucking Minecraft Nazi.
This is a cool way to do it. I like this one.
years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin.
Dear Esther! That was it. Thank
It was a
you.
great trip.
Yeah, I was not a fan of Dear Esther personally.
Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. You found an old
Blurry
logging
pic of
track.
Dad.
Dear ever. Don, don't you think you could find something
Okay.
interesting to photograph?
Rain, what was the what do you remember what the bad
I bet
walking
if I
sim
can
was that
remember-
you
don't need to
played?
waste
I
any
like
more
walking
time on
sims
me, kiddo.
personally. I think they're immersive experiences, which is
Give me a minute to
a
check.
category of games that is quite enjoyable. Oh, I also played Firewatch, and I did not love Firewatch, frankly. It's kind of like other people seem to really like it. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Let's see. Maybe.
Oh, Everyone's Gone to Rapture. I've never played that one.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Chris, have you played Everyone's Gone to Rapture? Chris, have you played any walking sims? You sleepy?
No.
You want me to bring out the sleeping bag for you? We can camp under the extra life stars.
Before you take the shot, let me get a
Okay, bye, Chris. Miss you. Chris walked away from the conversation.
Rude.
Now I'll never know about his walking sim. What his walking stimulations are.
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
Julia, just kill it. I don't want to kill it.
Let me get behind you.
Don't accidentally shoot your dad.
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you need to be strong.
Boom!
Great shot, Don!
Oh. She's sad about it.
Yeah. It's not great.
Don.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks for killing the.
It's totally. I'm feel so proud of me actually that I made you do this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the
No, yeah, Firewatch's art style is very nice, but I kind of I don't know. The plot kind of evaded me personally. I got kind of tired of it.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Well.
Owned. I mean, he probably didn't deserve it, but I just don't feel that bad for him.
Yeah.
mean, like, I don't think he deserves to die, but, like,
That's the one I
this
wish
entire
was
time, I feel like he's only been a butt. Oh. Oh, how nice for you.
Instead
Chris,
of
what
hiding from
have you
Dad,
played any walking
Sam
sims
seemed to go
that
out of
you
his way
liked?
to meet it.
I don't know if I have played any walking sims.
What about you, Chelsea?
I think this is the first one.
Whoa. You didn't even play, like, the Stanley Parable?
Oh, I played that one a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. I had to do big study on the sequel, or not the sequel, but the other walking sim that the Stanley Parable guy made.
Uh-huh.
Fucking... If you ever want to learn to hate a walking sim that otherwise you might like,
Uh-huh.
do academic work on it. The beginner's guide, I had to, like, do in-depth shit with
After
that
Sam
for
died,
this
my
class,
mom
and,
ended
like,
up
by the end of that
with
assignment, I was like, wow, I
both
hate the
lost
beginner's
a lot.
guide. But I still think it's good. I think it's a good game. But I don't like it anymore.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw it.
Swan Lake. Or wait. Is this Swan Lake?
Walking over, Gregory. It's time to...
No, be careful. She's gonna get sucked down the drain. It's the family curse.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Oh, hell yeah.
What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin.
Fuck, these rules. This is so fucking sick.
Whatever it was he saw, it sure made him happy.
This kid can use the Force.
Yeah, dude. This kid's got psychokinesis. Just, you know, try not to knock any electricity into your little play zone. Don't use your psychic powers to knock in the fucking toaster.
Wee.
Hell yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, hell yeah.
Keep that bubbles out there.
Drink that. Drink that shit. It's good for you.
I feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Oh.
About the world he saw.
Don't drown. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Mom?
Understand. About Gregory. About everything.
Oh no. Gregory's swimming over to be with the angels. He's swimming to heaven. He's gonna go swim straight into nights into dreams.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want to be happy too.
Be with Jesus, Gregory!
Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Oof.
Rip. That's like double.
I'd wondered because like we saw that door that was only 1 year, and I was like, oh, someone died as like a tiny baby.
And it's all.
Can I see the thing again? I'm sorry. I know you're the one playing.
Why is Sven not attached to the tree? Do we know?
So Odin's wife died or something? Was Edie Odin's? No, she would have been too old. Edie was Odin's daughter, maybe?
I think so.
And Eden and Sven were married.
Whitney thinks Edie is Odin's daughter.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I guess Sven is not attached to the tree because he was married
into the family. Yeah. Okay. And so
and I guess same with Sanjay.
Sanjay and Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Because Dawn was Sam and Kay had Gregory, Gus, and Dawn. Dawn is the protagonist's mother.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Sanjay is the protagonist's father?
I guess so. I think Edie is Odin's daughter and Edie married Sven.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds right.
And have we learned anything about Milton yet? Oh, he was the
Just
one who
that,
went missing.
Yeah, Milton went missing. We don't know. They never found his body.
Okay. Molly was the one who ate the holly berries.
Yeah.
Barbara was the Hollywood star.
Yeah.
Calvin and Sam were twins.
Mm-hmm.
And
Calvin fell off the swing.
And
Sven went to, or the twin went to war, right?
The twin was a Marine, yeah. But it wouldn't have been World War II.
Right.
It would have been Vietnam, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then Walter was really young.
And Sam is the one who died from when you were in the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
But he died because he took his daughter hunting. I think that was Dawn.
Yeah.
And when they were taking a picture of the deer, the deer like jerked because it wasn't dead yet.
And the antlers.
It pushed him off the cliff.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walter hid in the bunker for 30 years. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And then got hit by a train. It seemed, like, my interpretation was that he was hiding because they're like, oh, our family's cursed or some shit. Maybe if I hide in the bunker.
Well, he hid right? after Barbara died that night. And we don't know how she died exactly.
Yeah, that's true. She seemed to think there was like a monster, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So we don't know if it's like a literal monster or if it's like someone is doing this, or?
So he was 8 when he went down and hid in the bunker. And he was just there for the rest of his life until he broke out.
Yeah.
Right.
And then immediately died.
Right. And the train thing doesn't seem to make sense because the tracks, like, why would there be a train on an island?
Yeah, I mean, there were tracks when we went out there, but they were broken.
They were broken at the end. Yeah. They built their house on an ancient lion turtle.
Yeah.
I think is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't hold down forward on the left stick long enough.
Yeah.
Or maybe he held it down too long. No one can ever know.
Yeah. This is interesting. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
intrigued.
can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
And titillated.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Whee.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Okay, if Gus is a teen, their dad is probably dead at this point, if we're telling this chronologically, which we pretty much are.
Mm-hmm.
So whose wedding is this? Dawn's?
Maybe.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, you don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Make his cry.
Who's getting remarried here? Their dad? So this was
They say
before he died?
they're saying we don't need a new stepmom. Or we don't need a stepmom.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Hey! Hey!
I miss flying kites. It was fun.
They used to, where the office building that I lived in used to be across the street from this park.
But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
And whenever it was National Kite Climbing Day, everyone at the park would go flying kites.
Nice.
To watch.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Oh boy.
Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Gonna get electrocuted?
Yeah, that seems about right.
Oh.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
F.
When did her dad
She never
die?
talked about him, but
That was the
Mom
same
told me
year.
once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
That was the same year Sam died.
Yeah.
You don't want to read all that shit
What?
on the chalkboard?
Raise flag, 7:30, breakfast, quiet time, duties, routine.
Oh, wow.
Guess they were homeschooled?
Yeah, and he ran his homeschool like a barracks.
And did they glue the door shut?
That's caulking, yeah.
Emergency evacuation. No playing outside without permission, no answering door for strangers, no masses after dark, all chores before dark, respect others. Oh, and they have separate lights for everyone.
Wow.
Now where I go?
Further in and further up.
Oh, can I climb this?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died. She spent a summer
You'll play on
building
that old
houses in
computer.
Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Yeah, Sanjay is the dad.
Play freaking jazz ball. Play jazz ball.
College application deadline. Orcas Island High School. My parents have been to Orcas Island.
Whoa, your parents Edith Finch?
Fly to India.
We have
June 1987.
the month after I was born.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Herb garden.
And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Great job. Awesome.
Who keeps adding on to the house?
They do, I guess.
But it didn't.
Who are they and how?
It's a family.
I bet Dawn did it. If her dad taught her how to...
The curse.
I guess homeschooling is... I mean, if they lived in an island, you know, maybe it was more... what's that article? Above the shrine to the left.
Something. Relief efforts end in disaster.
Oh, that must have been how Sanjay died.
Yeah.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Whee!
This is neat.
Always wanted to be inside of a D20.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Oh, so his cause of death was magic hole. Okay.
Magic Looney Tunes hole.
Magic Looney Tunes hole. You know, this game is very mysterious.
Yeah.
What's on that newspaper?
Magic hole absorbs man. Man paints magic hole, falls into it. Extra, extra. Ah! That's what that kid's saying.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Can you turn around and look at there's schematics on the wall behind you.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
So did the curse start with Edith Finch? Or like, when was the
Mom
curse?
definitely blamed Edie, but I
We're
think
playing
Louis
as Edith
blamed
Finch.
himself.
Oh.
Also, but you're named after Edie.
Yeah.
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 And I think the curse started when Odin Finch.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Oh, this is the one. This is the one that everybody knows about.
Oh, the fish.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Louis's room. Except Louis.
Oh, they made a companion game to this? That's cool. I think the curse began when Odin tried to float his mansion from fucking Norway to Seattle. And then it crashed in the bay and he died.
It's a weird reason for a curse to start, in my opinion. That's just me.
Yeah.
Figured you had to, like, wrong a wizard or something.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Freaking weed, dude. I smoke weed every day, bro, dude.
Oh, that's not what I was doing. Game.
Why did you do that, Chelsea? Why did you choose to do that on purpose?
To fuck with everyone.
Well done. I have been fucked with.
Lewis and I spend a lot of time playing games together, but he's
PlayStation.
surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oh, hell yeah, freaking PlayStation, baby. Just fire up the PlayStation, let's play some freaking Croc 2, dude. Turn on that PlayStation, baby. I want to play some Intelligence Cube.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Odin's wife and daughter died, so sometime before that.
Oh,
it
yeah.
started.
Those are freaking works piling up.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to
do the thing. Do the thing.
What?
Do the thing.
What thing?
The thing that it wants you to do.
Oh, okay.
Now you're double gaming. Now you're a double gamer.
He said he started
It's
small,
one is one stick and one is the other stick.
imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
Instead, he found Cthulhu.
Gaming!
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
A whole newest.
So I let him go on.
He's still productive to society, so I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made
Special boy!
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Little
Built
fish
the city up
guillotine.
slowly, brick by brick. Then
This
he
is
made
why it's
decisions.
illegal to play chess with yourself in your mind in Russia. Makes people go crazy.
What?
They had a problem. They had a problem in Russian prisons with people in solitary confinement trying to play chess with themselves in their mind.
And how did they enforce this law?
And he was always
Ivan! Ivan! I've not heard from you. Are you in there playing chess by yourself? No. Oh yeah? Bishop to a7. Check. Oh fuck. You got me. Bring me some vodka.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor.
That's
And
king,
he won.
these homies. Crown is not mayor. I've been crowned the mayor.
He got to the end of the Mario level.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
And everybody knows gaming is the most dangerous pastime.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Lewis.
Oh hell yeah, level up, baby!
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
I implored him, Lewis, stay with the fish guillotine.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
What the fuck? Come on.
You can daydream at home.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
What's it say?
Beautiful prince or handsome queen?
Too late.
You're a
Make
handsome queen.
Lewis gay.
It won't let me.
Messed up. This
I
is what
messed up.
indecision does.
I couldn't read it.
Oh, start the game over.
Start over.
handsome queen.
This way we don't do bury your gaze.
Okay. All according to plan.
The queen was on her own quest for
rainbows or
sinister serpents.
Rainbow.
Radiant rainbows.
Wow. Yay! Oh, what the fuck? Flimsy rainbows,
yeah.
TBH.
He followed the sound of her.
Electric sitar or silver harp?
Electric sitar.
Electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Too many fish.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
A mayor.
He became high score on the
Someone
fish
who'd never known
board.
success in the real world. I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Louis, you can't have your imagination if you commit suicide. You need your body to do your imagination.
Prison.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Hey, dude. Hey, bud.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Going to heaven.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
It's Disneyland.
There would be a grand procession on a carpet made of fish guts.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
You see the cat in the upper right?
No. Oh.
Hell yeah.
What did it say?
Molly.
Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Put your head under the chopper to get crowned.
I mean...
Bend down his head.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's hot.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Jesus.
Oof.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Did we get everyone?
The guy looks like the whole family tree.
Yeah. Wait, is there a drawing of Edie? I don't think there is.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Nothing at the root.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a happy game.
Nope.
It's not? I'm having a nice time.
I mean, we went into it knowing that it was vignettes of how all of her family died.
I did not know that.
I said that when we started.
My mom told me to.
I was not paying attention.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
What does it say?
Dawn Finch, kitchen.
Edie's like super old, right? Because she's your grandma?
She's 99.
Yeah.
She's your great grandma.
How'd she go up these stairs?
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Unless she's a witch.
I mean, well, you don't know. She could be.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Edie's the only one that like lived for a really long time.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Yay, my room.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking this was where the grandma lived. This is where we lived.
Yeah.
That whole last night, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Prizes!
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
All these books is amazing, and their curse. It's amazing the place never got caught on fire. Especially with the candles.
I mean, that's not even how curses work. That's not even how a curse works.
To know these stories. My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I got turned around.
Flipped upside down.
Flip turned upside down.
I started seeing things.
Ghost elk.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Those are cute gloves.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Bye.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
My head is a dolphin.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few
Controller's
years
just
went by.
Really vibrating. That's neat. Some beautiful letters.
I love particle effects.
Talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
Mom's got COVID.
No.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
Open your eyes.
And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Mind the womb?
Yeah, you're about to get birthed. Go!
This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
It's time to Detroit become born.
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Interesting.
Dallas!
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite one was definitely the fish.
Oh yeah, that's everyone's favorite one.
Like I knew that there was a thing where you just like do fish thing, but I didn't know that there was also the imagination part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've read like a fucking cavalcade of fucking think pieces about how good this fucking slaps for Ludo narrative.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's the thing that everybody loves to write about. But yeah, I liked it. I thought this was good.
Yeah, me too.
To me, this is good.
Yeah, it was great. Especially as someone who's from the Pacific Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All, like, I mean, yeah, I'd say where I'm from is, yeah. The spaces, like, the interior and exterior environments are both, like, vaguely familiar, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like, people call them walking simulators, and I get that, but when I think of, like, when I first heard the term walking simulators, I assumed it meant, like those VR things where, you know, you can see what the Grand Canyon looks like without having to go there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no, like, story or anything. It's just literally just walking around and looking at environments.
Yeah.
To me, this is more like, almost like a... I think of, like, Heavy Rain or something, where it's like there's no QuickTime events, but it's still, like, just exploring, and it's like an interactive movie almost.
Yeah, an interactive story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, the etymology of walking simulator is really interesting because originally it was meant to be disparaging, but, like, it's becoming more and more, like, I don't know if it would be reclaimed, but, like, used in a neutral way to describe, like, this sort of first-person storytelling game. Like, and obviously, truly, a real walking simulator would be a game, or a literal walking simulator would be like, you know, Death Stranding or QWOP.
Yeah.
A game that simulates walking.
Yeah.
But
this game, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we're gonna be a little bit more, you know, what is this game sort of like doing? It is a lot more like a visual novel, or an adventure game even.
Yeah, for sure. By the way, How Long to Beat said it would be an average of 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it was
pretty much on the dot.
Yeah, it was basically on the dot.
Yeah.
So that's good for our schedule. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and talk about the richness of this game in perpetuity. In the sense that it's set in its time technologically, but in the diegetic world of the game, it's set in a specific time as well. And you can see in these photos that they chose for their, like...
The Edith team lived from 2012 to 2017.
That there's a little bit of blending between the two.
3 play story options now available. Okay.
Oh, you can go back and do any of the segments if you want.
Yeah, I guess so. That's cool. So, I mean, I guess, you know, the whole thing is that it's ambiguous. But my interpretation was that she died in childbirth or something?
Yeah, that was mine too.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was wanting to find answers, just kind of like the protagonist was, you know. But sometimes, like, generational shit like this, you just never figure out. Generations go by and everyone dies not having figured it out, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they didn't say like, oh yeah, it's a curse or it's
yeah
just coincidence or whatever, because it makes it it leaves it up to like your own imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play it by myself at like midnight.
Yeah.
That'd be such a downer.
Yeah, it never made me like feel super like, oh, I'm gonna cry or anything. But part of that might be because we're streaming and we're together and stuff.
Yeah.
But I certainly, like I said, I didn't feel nothing. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. No,
It's interesting that Edith doesn't have. I guess they left it open-ended when she dies, because she doesn't have a death date on there.
Yeah.
So maybe, I guess it didn't have to. Maybe it's not childbirth. Maybe just when the kid's little or something. It's possible.
Yeah, it's I think the ambiguity helps it out.
The baby one almost got some tears from Whitney.
Yeah, I choked up a little bit at the end.
The baby one was definitely the one that was the most like, ooh, like.
The baby in the bathtub?
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah.
It's like, oh no.
But that kind of shit happens all the time, you know?
And like the juxtaposition of that one with like the actual game mechanic is so like cutesy and sort of playful.
Yeah.
You know? That one and the little girl who imagined she was animals, even though that one was a lot creepier, but it still had its own sort of like childish charm, I guess.
Yeah. It's in as this, well, I guess not quite, but we start out with a really, no, never mind. There's no pattern at all there. But it is interesting to see the difference in the segments depending on what age they were when they passed. You know.
Yeah, it had a really good variety of like different tones and different kind of almost genres of their stories. I really liked the photography one. I thought that was cool, a cool mechanic.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
The swing one was cool, but it made me feel a little dizzy.
Yeah, that one took a little bit longer than...
It took a while, which I get. It was realistic, because it does take you a while to build up that much like momentum, but there were times where I was like, am I doing this something wrong? Am I supposed to like push a button?
Yeah. Man, you could write a ton of papers just on the user interface and how in user interface design class we talked about something called perceived affordances.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love perceived affordances. We love those.
Which is how people perceive, how people interpret what type of interaction you can do with an object, with a digital object. And how animation and visual design communicate that, and how it parallels, but it's not the same as real life stuff. Because you're walking around a house and you recognize this is a door, but you don't have your hands, you're not physically there. You have the controller. It's a whole mess. Yeah.
Affordances like exists in the real world, like not just in digital spaces.
In the context in which I discussed it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, Whitney, I also felt like the most anxious during the swing one. Like the other ones, they had like suspense or kind of like, oh, what's gonna happen? But that one, like you knew immediately what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it just had that like, oh, like anxiety, like, oh boy,
when's it gonna happen?
Yeah.
Anyone else in chat want to give us a hot take?
Yeah.
Give us a cool
any
take.
last thoughts in chat before we move on? Also, I know Leland is coming
This
like
will
in an
affect
hour,
your participation
but
grade.
If Leland, we should see if Leland's available to just like in Discord or something to say what he wants to eat, because I think we should order soon.
Yeah.
So that food will get here when he gets here, maybe. would be
Sure.
nice. I'm getting kind of hungry, personally.
Well, we've been getting up earlier, right?
Yeah.
We actually have
we ate before noon
Yeah.
for once.
Kind of fucked up.
Yeah. With quarantine and everything, Chris and I have both been like staying up super late or early rather, and then getting up. Like my schedule has been pretty consistent where I would go to bed. I've been going to bed at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And getting up at like 1 or 2 in the
And
afternoon.
we've been just eating 2 meals a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually do that anyway, but
right. I've kind of adopted the practice through osmosis.
Winnie agrees with whoever said putting the swing on the edge of the cliff was a dumbass idea.
Sure.
I think I said that. Yeah, there were some things where I was a little bit like not suspending my disbelief, or I was or I wasn't.
Not trying to like think too hard about it.
Yeah, because it's like if you're at the point where you know there's some shit going on with your family where everyone has a curse or something, maybe don't put a swing right on a cliff.
There was so much,
and it was the same with like the books, all the books, and the grandma had like a shit ton of candles, and I'm like, that seems like just even without a curse, a bad idea.
But see, like the thing with the curse is that if you pay the curse too much money, then you end up like Walter, though.
Yeah.
And then you live an empty life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, do you
But a
do
swing
that?
on a cliff is still...
Right, but it's not about to swing on a cliff.
I know. It's just some stuff like that took me out of it a little.
At the beginning of the story, it seemed a little bit heavy with stuff that just dripped of the kind of like, I'm writing fiction right now and this is poetic kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Where I was like, okay, the house is, structurally unsound, but it's weird
it looks cool.
and looks cool,
Yeah.
like
it's a family
just stuff
tree.
that reminds me that this is fiction,
And their all last name is Finch.
And we keep seeing birds. Yeah. But by the time we got it was kind of like a play. Like a lot of times I'll go to a play and the first act I'll be like, I don't believe this is real. But by the end, I'm
especially with like the narration and stuff.
Yeah.
I can totally imagine this as a play.
Mm-hmm. It's the burrow. From
it does
Harry
look.
Potter.
Yeah, it did look a bit like the burrow. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for Edith Finch. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
I believe
Hey,
next
welcome
up,
back, Kitty. We just
Mario.
finished Edith Finch. Now Clark's gonna speedrun Mario.
Speed run. Going to play it faster than normal.
Yeah, so stick around for that. If you're on YouTube, check out the playlist to find the rest of Extra Life.
Yeah.
We're doing 12 hours, 24 total, of streaming different games. So check that out. And we'll see you in the next video.